Hello, hello. Welcome to the Received Being, episode 3. So, the podcast with myself, Kayla, and Iona. So, for today's podcast, what we wanted to talk about a little bit of human design and feminine energy. So, as we step into 2026, there's a quieter invitation in the air. Less driving, less forcing, and more listening. This year feels less about becoming someone new and more about remembering what's already within us. Today's conversation is an exploration in the divine feminine, how it lives in the body, how it shows up through human design, how ethnogenic wisdom brings it into consciousness, and how we can relate to all of this in the grounded, everyday way as we enter a new year. So I'm joined by Iona, who brings a really unique lens to the conversation. She's a shaman, a human design practitioner, and her work lives in the intersection of ancient wisdom and modern self-understanding. She supports people in reconnecting with their intuition, their natural timing, and their capacity to receive rather than constantly push or perform. Through her work with energy, ceremony, and human design, Iona helps people remember what it feels like to live in alignment within their body, their cycles, and their inner authority. That perspective feels especially relevant as we move into 2026, a year that seems to be asking more presence, more discernment, and more trust in the unseen. So today's conversation isn't about having all the answers. It's an invitation to slow down, to listen inward, and to explore what the divine feminine might mean in your own life, whether these concepts are familiar or completely new to you. So, Iona, let's begin. When you hear about the phrase divine feminine, what does that mean to you beyond the language we often hear online? And how does that tie into human design? Or maybe a little bit about human design for those who don't know.
Mhm. Um, yes, thank you for this
Mhm.
question. I will start saying that what I have experienced, because I'm just sharing my experience here. Um, when you say divine feminine, the first thing that comes in my mind is shadow work.
Mm.
It is shadow work,
And what do you mean
divine
by that?
feminine.
Like, I know shadow work, it's,
Yes,
a common term that people throw around these days, but
yeah,
how can you
yeah.
like simplify it?
Um, well, I had a realization at some point of my journey that shadow work is not actually you going into the shadows and face and fight the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, the people that do this work, they know that you just have, you go into this place
Mm-hmm.
and you actually have to be aware. You just become aware of the shadows and you see them. And in that moment, when you are aware, you can literally see the patterns that
Mm-hmm.
created them. And this is part of releasing and healing the
Mm-hmm.
parts of yourself that were repressed.
Mm-hmm. So the shadow is a
Um,
part of you that you repressed? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, it's there is layers and layers of
Mm-hmm.
conditioning, and this is where human design actually gives a very objective lens of the shadow work that the shamans do with the medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, I had this realization that shadow work is also descending into the dark to meet the parts of you that you are not able to do and to meet in the awakening state of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the shadow work is also going and finding the treasure.
Mm.
And this is what the divine feminine is for me, is the space of finding the treasure.
And the treasure being what?
Your true self and the love that
Okay.
is there for yourself, first for
Mm.
yourself. The
Right,
love
your
and
most authentic
compassion.
version of yourself. Is that what?
The most
That's how.
authentic,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
And you can meet this authentic part of yourself, yes, with courage. You go into the darkness,
Mm-hmm.
and it's part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
So the feminine has the power to create and also to destroy. And this is an intuition I've had many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what actually our womb does every month with our cycles.
Ah.
We have the power to create every month, to have a
Mm-hmm.
conception, or
Mm-hmm.
the body just releases and lets go of these cells. So there is a process of dying and rebirth there. But
Mm-hmm.
dying implies also destruction of the old forms.
Mm-hmm.
So we as women in our body, this is our natural state.
Mm-hmm.
We have mini cycles of shadow work every every month.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Wow.
that in the pace of this society, we have been put into the machine way of living,
Right. The
and
masculine way of living.
yes, yes.
Mhm.
Actually, even the masculine is not happy with that. They are also
Right. Don't
tired
tell
of it.
me. Oh.
It's not even like it, that's just machine. It's mind. It's mind. It's a mind control.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where, yeah, this is where I see the integration of plant medicine and human design.
Mm-hmm.
First, then another thing about the feminine is that plant medicine and human design, they both teach us how to live in the body.
How to what? Sorry, can you say that again?
Live in the body. It's the illusion and all kinds of labyrinths that we are not in the body, but
Mm-hmm.
actually you are already an embodied principle or consciousness in this time and space.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the part that entheogens, plant
Mm-hmm.
medicine, and animal medicine actually are teaching us a way of being that is beyond the hierarchies and patriarchy way
Mm-hmm.
of living and the way we have organized our life until now on Earth. So
Mm-hmm.
this came as a realization when I was in Ibiza and I
Mm-hmm.
was having some mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a book my friend who was facilitating for me gave me to pick one tarot card from this book. It was a very interesting book. And while I was having this experience, the card that came to me was the expansion of consciousness, number 8. And
Mm-hmm.
I want to read something because this is for me in my personal journey, I was experiencing the rise and the awakening of the feminine in me, and I didn't, I was not conscious about it until this moment. So I want to read this so
Please.
that it can make sense. So, um, in our Western world, both the sacred feminine and entheogens have been suppressed and criminalized
Mhm.
as they represent a great threat to patriarchy. They question our cultural conditioning and offer us a broader lens to examine what we call reality
Mm.
and what is beyond our dominant cultural paradigms. So, for all these energies to transform, we need a strong container of the goddess. The
Mhm.
entheogens are a powerful channel of the feminine voice and essence.
Mhm.
So, the feminine and entheogens have both been suppressed because their strength and energy cannot be assimilated by our species because it goes
Mm.
beyond the mind and the logic.
Mhm.
And we have distorted and sometimes conceived them as diabolical form and viewed them as dangerous, seductive forces that threatens the status quo.
Mhm.
Now let me tell you one goddess, I mean one divine, one feminine archetype, Lilith.
Mhm.
Lilith represents the feminine before the masculine and the patriarchy told her what she can be or what she should be for others.
Mhm.
So Lilith is the part of the woman who repressed all her needs and desires and her sensuality and sexuality just to be accepted
Mhm.
with her role in the society, but not as a woman who is respected for her sovereignty, but a woman that is needed for her role as a mother, as a wife, as a
Mhm.
worker in the modern industrialized days. So there is a direct connection. Every time I've had mushrooms or ayahuasca or other psychedelics,
Mhm.
every time I had them, I could literally, when I was having these mushrooms, I started to perceive reality and to receive information from outside.
Mm.
There is a raise of frequency, my ears started to ring, and that is the state of the receiving being, and that is a feminine being.
Mm. I
The
love that
receiving being
connection.
I see the connection is there. I just happen to see it because I've connected very deeply with human design and with plant medicine is part of my journey.
Hmm.
And the receiving being is being feminine. And the
Hmm.
principle of every form in human design also is feminine.
Hmm.
And now humanity in 2026 and later, 2027, is moving towards a feminine principle.
Hmm.
And that's why we are seeing, yeah, that's why
Hmm.
we are seeing a lot of things changing, a lot of things dismantling, a
Hmm.
lot of things being purged from the
Yeah.
collective psyche.
Hmm.
We are moving towards the feminine.
Right. And can you explain a little bit? I'm not sure how it would connect to human design specifically, but I understand 2025, like numerology in numerology, 2025 being a nine, like the completion of a cycle, and then now 2026, we're starting a new
Mhm.
cycle, right? So does the new cycle, does that go with like the divine feminine? Like how does that usher into a new cycle over the next, I guess, 9 years?
Well, I saw somewhere that 2026 is
Hmm.
also a one, but it's also a 10. Now
Oh,
there is a
right. But a
mind,
10 is a, I didn't know
but
it
there's
goes
a
up to 10.
usually they say it's like we go back to one, but actually when you reach a point of start, it means that it's totally the end of the last phase.
Hmm.
It's like that
Right.
is the moment that the past just finished. So
Hmm.
2026 now is starting a new. I have heard a lot of astrologers say that is a year of fire. There are a lot of planets in fire. In Chinese
Hmm.
astrology, it's the year of the fire horse.
Hmm.
I have heard that too. And in human design is the last year before the change of of a whole cycle,
Hmm.
before the closing of a whole way of being.
Hmm. Hmm.
So the human until now has, like our form until now, our vehicles, our bodies have been a form of transition into a new way of consciousness.
Hmm. Hmm.
And as I have experienced, I have understood that this way of consciousness that is coming is perceptive and is feminine
Hmm. Hmm.
and is it's it's beyond the mind.
Right.
And part of the purging we are doing now is also healing ourselves from the mind control, okay?
Hmm.
From the mind matrix.
I love it. Yeah, it's like we're getting out of the left
Yeah.
brain and like we're now focusing on right brain and more
I
like
want
fully
to, okay,
consciousness.
I want to tell you something like I did once,
Yeah.
I did the post also in Instagram and I was saying, um, I feel like I'm living in the Maya while facing the abyss, while escaping the matrix. So So yeah, we humans have managed to create a matrix within the Maya. You
Hmm.
understand? So in human design, the Maya and also other cultures, traditions, Maya is the goddess of illusion. Like this life we live here is an illusion, is a dream of the consciousness.
I love that paradox. Yeah.
It's a
It's
paradox,
a good
and
hashtag. Maya to Matrix or Maya and Matrix.
yes.
Hmm.
Yes, it's not the same thing because the
Hmm.
matrix is something like we managed to go really deep into the mind as an authority for our lives. And we created this matrix, and now we are trying even to create a deeper matrix with the
Hmm.
AI and the everything AI and the meta and etc. It's just like a labyrinth within a labyrinth within a labyrinth.
Mm.
So
Right, right. And it's kind of like, so how do you find or how do you balance between being so like intertwined and being aware and like conscious within the labyrinth and labyrinth, like all these layers versus just kind of living your life in your fairy tale land with dogs and horses and cats just like running around freely. So kind of like how do you
yeah,
balance being a human in the real 3D world versus the matrix and the labyrinths and uh,
intelligence.
yeah, nothing just I mean, guess that's the million-dollar question. Kind of like how do you balance everything while still saying,
Intelligence.
yeah.
Intelligence.
Right. I should have known.
That's why
Pretty
I'm
good
laughing
answer.
because that's why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
They do really help.
Hmm.
The medicine of the earth animals like buffalo, the cambo,
Yeah.
and the plants, they are great allies. They are
Yeah.
great allies,
They're
and
great
this is what
teachers.
human. They are great teachers. They are great deconditioner.
Hmm.
Deconditioner. Yeah, they condition our body.
Hmm.
Because okay, in human design, you have two crystals, and one is conscious and is conscious mind, and one is subconscious and is the intelligence of the body of the vehicle. So
Hmm.
entheogens go and work with the body. When you
Hmm.
are in the space of ceremony, you literally let go and you accept what
Hmm.
is there to rise from your cells, from the memory of your body of pain that you have accumulated during the life, and even your ancestral
Right.
uh,
All the
wounds
programming,
and
programs.
all the programming and everything they experienced,
Hmm.
and you carry it with you to heal and to uncover and to become aware of.
Hmm.
So this is where they meet they meet
Hmm.
with each other. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the guy that brought human design was actually living in Ibiza and he was having psychedelics. And I
Hmm.
was laughing before talking with you now. I was reading something online, and there is a book coming out talking about the influence that Nietzsche had from
Hmm.
psychedelics. Like,
Oh, that's a good
like
one.
everyone is doing psychedelics, but they are not saying it. Like,
Right.
okay, we have been doing this all our lives and
Well, I feel
all
like it's
our
only kind of now like culturally accepted to talk about these things, you know? It's like
yes,
20, 30 years ago, if you talked about that, or 50 years ago, you know, it's like you were condemned or you were like a witch or whatever,
yes,
you know, or like a crackhead. Like
yes.
people
Or
didn't
you were a
understand the
hippie
difference.
against the system. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And there is also another point about the feminine, or
Hmm.
being connected with this plant medicine and human design, is also that when okay, I was in a space having plant medicine in December,
Hmm.
like 3 weeks ago, and I had a great experience. And later I was talking with a friend that I met there, and he was telling me it was a great experience, but I wish they had a better balance of feminine energy because the main shamans there were men. And this was a man telling me this. So
Hmm.
he also intuitively knew that the the divine, like the feminine, heals different from the man
Hmm.
in the space.
Hmm.
It is a loving energy from both, like from both men and women. Yet the feminine has this flow, this
Hmm.
fluidity, and this is what I experience in my ceremonies.
Hmm.
Yeah, the feminine is like there is with the men. There is this tendency to be more religious, like to
Oh.
take things and to make them into a system, like to make them with some rules,
Hmm.
which is good because you need a structure, you need boundaries, you need the way the ceremony is going to be guided.
Hmm.
Yet the main compound for me for the plant medicine is the feminine energy,
Of course, because that
which
was
is
what
it is
resonates.
yeah. It's flowing, it's tr more trust, it's more creative. I don't know, this
Hmm.
is how I express it in my ceremonies, but this guy told me the same. He said like, I wish
Hmm.
there were more feminine energy in there, and he's
Right.
right. He's right.
Hmm.
And also another point that they connect, plant medicine connects with the
Yeah.
feminine, is that I experience plant medicine as a great heart activator.
Yeah, I know I experienced that myself whenever I journeyed with you. I think so many emotions came to the surface and it's like you couldn't suppress anything. Like anything you'd suppressed your whole life just came to the surface.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
I wanted to ask you about your experience too, because
Mhm.
you were in this ceremony and you saw that even I seemed a very chaotic shaman.
I didn't think that at
Everything.
all. I mean, I
No,
know to
really?
compare it to, but that I wouldn't think that at all.
Yeah. In that time, I was going through a chaotic period, but it was perfect. It was
Yeah,
perfect.
it was
This
needed
is
for both
how,
of us.
Yes, this is like when something chaotic happens, actually something new is being born. It's
Hmm.
part of the process.
You're purging.
So, yes. So
Hmm.
when you connect with the heart, you are able to feel. And
Hmm.
feeling again is the intelligence of the body. This is a space
Hmm.
in our body. In human design, there is this center, energetic center that is the solar plexus, is where we have all these experiences of emotions.
Hmm.
And it's the intelligence of the body again. Is
Hmm.
is the feminine principle.
Hmm. So does that connect with the solar plex chakra? Like if you,
Actually, no, because after 1781, we mutated as a species into this form we are today, which has 9 centers.
mm,
So now we are operating not from 7 centers like before.
hmm.
We we are still until 2027 the newest form of transition, because after 2027 there are coming new vehicles into the earth, new mutated humans. So
Is that
yeah.
because of AI? Is that like AI going to be integrated into our DNA in like the next?
No,
No.
no, AI, no. I know
Oh.
AI is going to pop at some moment.
Oh. But so what's,
No,
sorry, what's going to
AI.
happen in 2027?
um in human design, so the Raoul, the guy who brought this information, said that in 2027, our vehicle, our bodies that now have 9 centers, is going to transmute again, is going to mutate, and there are coming new babies, new
Mm-hmm.
human beings with a totally different consciousness than us,
Mm-hmm.
and they are going to be humans. They will look like humans, but the way they will operate is going to be totally different, and it's going to be another talk list for another video. Yes, yes, it's
Okay,
important.
make note of that. That'll be episode 4 or another
Yeah,
one.
I think, yeah, this is the next one, because we are at the door. Like February 2027, things are going. The moment the planets move, we have no choice. We on Earth, we just get penetrated from this star dust, from these neutrinos, and we have no choice. What is going to happen? We are just witnessing it. What is going to? Yes. Yeah.
I'm blown away.
Again, please.
I said, I'm blown away. My head is
Yeah.
like exploding. Wow. So do you have this insider information as like the human design practitioners? Like you all like come together and you like
No,
how
everything we say online, it's the information is there, it's outside. It's like you go on the internet and you ask about these things, you make questions, and you are going to find information about this. And there are other informations that are more like for the ones who are mm, part of the library, official library of human design. But everything that we need to know for now, in order to prepare and to really operate in the correct way for ourselves, is there. Everything we need is very simple, actually. We don't need to go into details. With this, is there. So,
what's a
yeah.
couple of things that people can do to like prepare? Like you said,
Mhm.
I don't
Intelligence.
know how to answer. Like I don't even know like what questions to ask. But I mean, I'm sure you can get like the sentiment of what I'm saying. Like, what do we need to do? So we have 2 years. No, 1 year. 1 year. We're in 2026.
I totally understand you.
What do I need to do?
And
Tell me.
yes,
Where
one
do I
of
need
the
to
reasons
go?
why,
What do I need
yes,
to?
I think one of the reasons why we are doing these videos is actually to bring this information out to as many people as you can, and to really help them decondition, and to really get to know themselves and what their real authentic frequency is, and how it works for them, the
Right.
process, what it means to be a Yona, what it means to be
Mm-hmm.
Kyla.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get that frequency, you will get a taste of your own authority.
Mm-hmm.
Then whatever happens, you will navigate it, and you will have the journey you are here to have.
Right.
It doesn't mean your life is going to be perfect. This is
No.
just yes, yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
just means that you are going to be relaxed while the movie is happening. Because it's happening, Kyla. And I think that's the reason we are one of the reasons we are doing these videos, is this: people not to be afraid from entheogenic.
Mm-hmm.
um and to not be afraid to let go and to let themselves to go into transformation, to let
Mhm.
behind everything that is not theirs,
Mhm.
and to move into a more
Mhm.
embodied feminine principle of being, the
Mhm.
receiving being. I'm
I
so
know, I love
marketing.
it. Good plug. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow. I feel like even for me, like my mind is just kind of like spinning in so
yeah.
many different directions in terms of like what this whole podcast, not even like podcast, but just this information and sharing it with the world and like, yeah, like preparing people to be their own received beings.
Yes.
Oh man, I had so many downloads just right now. Like I don't even know how to talk anymore. Like, oh,
It's
wow.
perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Manifestor
Yeah, it's
effect.
working. Yeah. And so I
Thank you
guess
so much.
so for people to step into their most authentic selves,
Mm-hmm.
it's good for people to understand their own human design. Because like
Mm-hmm.
whether you're a projector, that's what I am. I don't
Yes.
like of course. Okay, so let's just say someone is new to this information or just, like dabbling into what this means. Would they like should they reach out to you to maybe talk about their human like what their human
I
design
am
is?
available for
Mhm.
one-on-one sessions for
Yeah.
human design, and
Hmm.
then from the ethelgenics, it depends from the
Okay.
location. Sometimes I offer ceremonies in other countries, sometimes in my home country, but
Hmm.
that is more like an intimate one-on-one work.
Right.
You just go more deeper, and but I am
Hmm.
available for human design sessions one-on-one.
Okay.
I'm gonna maybe put my email here, and they can reach
Yeah.
me out.
We'll put in the show notes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And I know you kind of already said it a little bit, but just kind of like aside from the received being aspect and the podcast and like stepping into 2027, overall, what does human design, like if someone wanted to know their human design and they got, the right cross of consciousness and all this other stuff, like what's the benefit or like essentially what's the purpose of finding that out and how can their lives transform with this information? Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. Well, this I have to talk about my journey about this, how I got in peace with myself, first of all, because
Yeah.
I realized there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just a
No.
shaman. I mean,
Oh.
I'm just a manifester with a shaman channel, and I'm
Mhm.
here to really disturb the status quo of
And
humans.
share your
So,
gifts. Yeah.
yes, and human design and entheogens came in the same year for me. I already said that's it. And I just followed my heart. I went for it. This is my journey. I throw the heart and they go after it.
Yeah.
Um, but for human design can I'm not saying it will give you the answers. Human design will help you find your own formula, your own
Mm, that's great.
formula, what it means for you to be successful as a projector, what it means for a manifestor to be
Mhm.
at peace. It can have, like, this is the part. Human design is here to make us live the matrix of the sameness, all the same formula, the same things. We are here to be an explosion of colors, and each one of us has an essence and has a being, has a presence that is here to be witnessed. And human
Yeah.
design really gives you mechanical tools to do that.
Right.
Very simple. And
Hmm.
it's mechanical. You don't go into the imagination of colors, auras, or spiritual concepts. You just experiment with it, and
Hmm.
you verify for yourself.
Yeah. Oh, I
And
love
when
that.
you do this, you just embody it, and it just
Hmm.
happens then.
Hmm. Oh, I love
But we
that.
can talk again about this. This is
I know it's such a very intricate topic that it's like I know it's hard to explain in, 1 minute or so, but we'll tap
yes,
into that with in all of our other episodes coming up. So we only have a
yes.
couple of minutes left. Is there anything else that you would want to share with the audience in terms of human design or feminine, divine feminine, the new year, whatever, speak from your heart.
Yes, I will speak about my process, which is an eternal letting go. Just let
Hmm.
go. let go. The moment you can let go, you can actually trust your process. That's it
Mhm. Okay.
for now.
Yeah, that's a great life lesson for all of us. Yeah, just letting go. And for me, I think it's even just real, like be making the subconscious conscious and being so aware of your thoughts and like through meditation and just not letting the program dictate your moves and your feelings and everything and just to kind of really tap into like who am I at my core? Who am I whenever all the societal programs are released, whenever I don't let my ego or my limiting beliefs or my fears hold me back from being my most authentic self. Um,
Yes. This is the awareness starting to put on muscles.
exactly. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. So is there anything else you want to say in closing? Because I think we just have a minute or
I'm
so left.
available for
Yeah.
one-on-one on human design.
Oh,
I just
perfect.
do,
I
yeah.
love that, Iona. And I highly recommend Iona, wonderful practitioner and great guide, that's for sure. All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, so thank you for listening to the Received Being podcast. We stay tuned for more episodes to come. Okay. Bye.
Bye.